50 things that I wish I knew earlier in my ministry journey. As I've reflected on my journey, I've realized that there are so many things that I have learned. And in this podcast, it is my heart to share with you the insights, the experiences, the wins and the losses from mistakes made, lessons learned, the ups and the downs, and those moments where you feel like you want to give up in ministry. I just want to share with you these experiences so that they can help you to grow in your own ministry. So just stay right there. Let's discover together the blessedness of serving God and serving others. I began serving God at a tender age in my traditional church. I was serving there in the drama department where we were doing, sketches, drama. Then I moved to the choir, by the age of 15, 16, we had our own fellowship where we were ministering, young adults who were ministering to each other, encouraging each other. And my passion for ministry grew, especially in terms of music, and God connected me to different people. And as I began to serve God passionately in music, God began to train me as well as a man of God. So I have led campus ministry, I have led fellowship groups, I have led home cell groups, I have led as well a church. So I've got this experience that I just want to share with you. So whether you are a church leader, you are a home cell leader, you are a fellowship leader, you are a campus leader, maybe you are leading a department in your church, my experience can help you navigate through your ministry and serve the Lord at your best. So sit right there. Let's enjoy what the Lord has prepared for us in this program. Now, one of the greatest lessons that I'd like to start with, or number one, is very important. I would say, be authentic. Be authentic. There is something that God has put in you that He has not put in everyone else. It is only in you. And that thing, your people are looking for it. People get attracted to you by your originality, by your genuineness. Be authentic in your ministry. Your people, your congregation is looking for a pastor that is genuine, that is sincere, that has integrity, and that has self-esteem. One of the most tragic mistakes you will ever make as a leader, as a pastor, is to succumb to people's ideas of who they want you to be more than what God wants you to be. There are some people who love you because you appeal to their own notion of who a man of God should be. Okay? They want you to be someone else. They want you to be someone else apart from what God has called you to be. And that's one of the pitfalls that you should avoid. Let people accept you for who you are. People shouldn't accept you because you appeal to who they want you to be. And this is the mistake that I've seen we have made. It is to be somebody else, whereas God has created us with something different. So people want you to talk like somebody else. People want you to dress like somebody else. People want you to approach ministry like somebody else. This is the image in their mind. And as a man of God, you fall into that trap. You fall into that trap. You forget your personality. You forget your values. You forget your genuineness. So by the end of the day, you lose yourself. When I'm talking about being authentic, I'm talking about knowing your personality, being true to your personality, being true to your values, being true to who you really are. Who are you? Dig deeper in understanding who you are. What are your values? What is your personality? So, in the chase of appealing to the people, many leaders have lost their identity. They have lost who they are, and that leads to frustration. Because if you are not what God wants you to be, you get frustrated. So that's one of the greatest lessons that I've learned, that God has called me to certain people, and those people, they should accept me as I am. They should accept me as I am. I want you to understand this. Your difference is your power. Your difference is your uniqueness. Your difference decides your importance. Your difference decides what others need from you. So as a leader, you've got to be genuine. You've got to be sincere with the people that you are leading. The day I discovered this, and the day I began to put this into practice, there are two things that happened. Some people rejected me, and some people accepted me and celebrated me for who I am. So this is the thing. Many pastors, many leaders fail to embrace their genuineness, their true personality, because they fear rejection. They fear rejection. They want to be what people already approve, what people already celebrate. So they just want to come and fit in right there in what people already celebrate, in what people already approve. So the fear of rejection can cause you to lose your identity, your difference, your uniqueness, and you just fit in. But God has called you for more than fitting in. God has called you and me to be authentic, to be genuine, and to be sincere with the people. They need to know who you are and let them accept you for who you are. So the fear of rejection makes a leader, a pastor, to succumb to people's opinions. They celebrate you when you dress like that. They celebrate you when you talk like that. But is that who you really are? Is that what God made you to be? Embrace your difference. It decides your importance. It decides your uniqueness. It decides your power. It decides your influence. If you will never know your distinctive difference, you will never know what others need from you. There is something that God has put in you that He has not put in anyone else. I discovered this. So there is something about me that God has put in me that attracts a certain caliber of people. It attracts them to me. They want to listen to me. They want to be connected to me. And that difference, if it is not recognized, if it is not realized, two things will happen. You either give in to people's ideas concerning you. They want you to do this, and you become on autopilot. They direct your life. Or you embrace this idea of what God wants you to be, and you step into your destiny. You step into your divine assignment. This is very important for you. Now, does it mean that you cannot learn from others, or you cannot, I should say, you cannot get some things from others? No. But I want you to understand this. Imitation can become your limitation. Imitation can become your limitation because you don't rise above what you imitate. But the more you dig deeper in yourself, that is the more you begin to understand more about yourself and the people that you must minister to, the people that you are leading. Study yourself. Know what you carry. Know the difference in you. Know the power in you. Know the uniqueness in you. Know the aura, the charisma in you. Does it mean that we shouldn't have mentors? No. You can have a mentor. But the duty of the mentor is not to replace who you are with who they are. The duty of the mentor, it is to discover what is in you and expose it, shine it, so that it can be of service to others. So the duty of the mentor in your life is not just for you to imitate. No, the duty of the mentor in your life, it is to help you discover that difference. And when it is discovered, expose it, cause it to shine so that it can be of service to others. Be authentic with your ministry. Let your self-esteem be from realizing your calling and knowing that I am called by God and this is what I'm called to do. And take pride in that. Take pride in that. So what are your values? What is your personality as a man of God? What do people know you about? What is your personality? What are your values? What do you hold in high regards in your life? Be authentic, because your church, your team needs an authentic leader. There is something in you that it is not in everybody else. I discovered that and my life changed. I discovered that I found peace. I discovered that I began to dig deeper in my calling. So your genuineness sets you apart. Your similarity creates comfort. Comfort creates stagnation. If you want to be like everybody else, then you're not needed there. You're not contributing anything there. Your difference creates your rewards in life. It is your difference that make people come to you, want to be part of your life, because you have what they don't have. We all have what others need. Discover it. Be real with it. Be authentic with it. Be authentic with it. Don't appeal to people's needs that you forget who you are. That you forget who you are. So, if you do not know your distinctive difference, you will never know what others need from you. There is somewhere where I read, it says that let them be theory. It is something that you should understand. There are people you should let them be. You should let them be. They want you to be something that God doesn't want you to be. That's not where you're going. Let them be. Let them be. You've got a calling. And there are people who need what you have. There are people who need your voice. There are people who need the way you speak. You resonate with their spirit. So, dig deeper about yourself. Know more about yourself. Don't become a hostage to trying to be what somebody wants. Don't become a hostage in trying to be what others want. They want you to speak in a certain way. They want you to dress in a certain way. They want you to approach ministry in a certain way that appeals to them, but that is different from your God-given assignment. So be authentic, be genuine, be honest, be sincere. That's what your congregation wants. That's what the people you are leading wants. Once they see that difference in you, they will embrace it. Some people will fall off. Some people will know that this is it. That's what happened with Jesus and Peter. Jesus asked them, even you, are you not leaving? Peter answered, where are we going to go? You've got the words of life. The same words that the Pharisees said Jesus was blaspheming. But it is the duty of others to recognize your value in their lives. It is not your duty to enforce your value on other people. It is their responsibility to recognize your value in their lives. All you need to do, be who you are, because who you are is valuable in their lives. Study yourself. Discover what your difference is. Your difference in personality, your difference in temperament, your difference in values, your difference in life perspective. What is it that is different about you? And people should recognize that about you. So be real. That's one of the greatest things that I have learned. Don't try to be somebody else. Be who God has called you to be. There is something that God has placed in you that He has not given to anybody. Embrace that. It is important. It is important. So, on number one lesson, I would say, be authentic. Whether you're a home cell leader, be authentic. Just go there, be real. Be real. Be real. A campus leader, you're leading a church, be you and see how God is going to use you. There is something screaming in you. There is something screaming out in you. There's something screaming out in you. And that is your difference. So, the devil fears you. The devil fears your difference. Be authentic. You are the carrier of God's presence. So, what is lesson number one? People will misunderstand you when you embrace your difference. People can reject you when you embrace your difference. People will look down on you when you have embraced your difference. People will get confused by your difference, but they don't need to understand you. There has never been another you on earth. It is only you. So don't say, I think people don't understand me. They cannot understand you. Because your difference, your uniqueness, two things happen. People will reject you or accept you. People will look down on you, or people will begin to praise what God is doing through you. Never give up. Never give up. When you have embraced your calling, when you have embraced your personality, when you have embraced where God is taking you, remember, people, they have got their own ideas about you, and you have got your own idea about you. Then there is God's idea about you. So embrace God's idea about you. There is something important. There is a need that you have that some people are looking for. So, what does God like about you? Why does God keep you alive today? It's because there is something that the world is waiting for. Embrace your difference. Be authentic. Be genuine. Be sincere. Don't try to be what the world wants you to be. Be what God wants you to be. That's one thing that I have learned. Don't succumb to people's opinions. Stay in your lane. Do what God wants you to do, and see how God can transform your potential to a big testimony. Thank you so much. God bless you. That is number one. Join me again in the next episode as we go to more and more lessons that I have learned. God bless you. See you next time.